Hey y'all, it's Melissa. Welcome to MessyMissy Creates. I am gonna do a little show and tell first before I try to get in my journal. I tried to video the day before my procedure so that I'd have a video for that day, and I got stuck on one page, and then I realized yesterday, skip it, right? Just skip it. It's not a big deal, but I want to show you something first. So I'm still a little stuck with my journaling. I feel behind, and then I feel really stuck. So I wanted to show you, I got some more ribbons. This is more organza ribbon. It's kind of that sheer ribbon that I've been using on my altar paper clips. I didn't have a lot of it, but now I have more colors. And so I was really excited about this. I was going to do a video on this, but it didn't come in time. I got some actual fall ribbon. I'm not going to, well, I could take it out. We could do a true show and tell. The goal of this video was to journal though. But, I got some that actually say Hello Autumn and pumpkins. And some burgundy with sunflowers. And the trucks. Look at this green. I love this green with the leaves, the orange leaves. And just this green gingham. Oops. And this right here, this is like some jute ribbon. And this is just brown, and it almost feels jute-like too, but it's brown in that jute color. Anyway. And then just some mixed leaves. So there's that, and then I'm not going to take, I don't typically do a lot of Halloween crafting, but this little set of buttons just stole my heart. Well, let's see how we can open it. I don't think it's taped. I didn't think it was taped. I think you just have to know which end. It is taped. Okay. That makes sense. That it would be taped. Okay. But there was some cute ones in here. I mean, there's some little, even the little scary guys aren't that scary. Okay. They're just kind of cute little faces, but had some more pumpkins. The only pumpkins that I had were kind of dark. And I like them, but I got some little livelier pumpkins and a pumpkin with a kitty cat on it. And then, a little ghost. Little moon, but look at even the little monster. I love this green. Well, I'm trying to show it to you. I love this little green monster. So, and there's another moon and some purple. A little cute little ghost with a purple hat. Some bats and some cats and some little spooky houses. More pumpkins. That looks like a cauldron. Anyway, you get the idea. So, I thought these were super cute, and so I went ahead and got those, and I got some Halloween ribbon. I'm not going to take all of this out, but it's got purple with some plain purple, purple with the jack-o'-lantern face, purple and black stripe, black with the pumpkins, orange with the bats, orange with little spiders, a lot of black, which I don't use a lot of. The boo is cute. The black with the candy corn is cute. This one right here with the purple and orange stripe and black stripe is really cute. And then some different orange. And then, of course, the green says boo and one has spider web. So this one says Happy Halloween. I love this white with the black gingham with the black. Yeah, I think it's kind of a gingham-y plaid with the pumpkins on it. And a little orange with the spiders. They're super cute. So, I don't know if y'all want to see any more of me making any paperclip tassels. It honestly, some of you enjoy it, or you say you enjoy it. It's actually one of my lowest viewed videos when I make them. So, I don't know if that's something you really want to see. I do plan on making some of these and listing them in my Etsy shop, along with some of the other ones that I've made, but I wanted to get this batch in first. Because I want to offer sets, and so, as well as individual ones. Anyway, on to the journaling. This is the said stuck page. And it really was just a volunteer day. It's the 10th. I could glue the 10th and the date on. I stopped at the feed store. I got some scratch. Stopped at the drugstore. Got some medication. I got seeds at the feed store. Why was I so stuck? I don't know. This flip is throwing me off. I could cut it off. But anyway, I went ahead and inked it. I thought maybe that would help. And then I just decided I'm just going to put a pin in it. See if I can move on to the next day. The next day's not all that exciting either. It does have a flip, but I may use the flip for the flip side. Get it? Flip side. And I went ahead and inked that just with a little bit of green, just so it matched the sage green of the pages. This was the 11th. It was the day that I made my, I made a video. I had a doctor's appointment, and I made my sunflower notepads in gold. Which I still have not gotten listed, which I know that at least one of you has asked me that. Oh, and I had Spanish class. So I may do something like this. I don't want to cover up. Let's see. Oh, I also have these pictures. This is me. This is the bracelet, the fob. It holds your keys, and it's like a wristlet that Allison gave me when she got here. It was in her Happy Meal to me, and this was me appreciating it because it's made getting in and out of my car so much easier, since I don't have to use my one good hand to hold onto my keys. I can wear them and then flip them up and lock and unlock the car. I had Spanish that night. This is a girl I met on Instagram. She was paralyzed about the same time frame I was, and for about the same reason I was. And because we both got sick. And anyway, she had posted, says she doesn't know it yet, but this is the last video of her able body and the last time she held or wore her baby standing up. A couple weeks later, she's completely paralyzed from the chest down. Mine was my right side. Hers was the chest down. And she had little kids, and she's younger than I am. And she's been such an inspiration to me. I'm not going to tell you her name. But she's been such an inspiration to me. And we've been each other's cheerleaders a little bit through the PT process, which has been going on. Well, she's still in PT, I think. But, and I think she had better access to PT than I did. But just by, the workouts that she showed and things like that. Mine, I dealt a lot with insurance issues and getting the boot for a while, and then so it kept getting interrupted. But I did a total of about 3.5 years of PT, because this all happened 4 years ago, August. So that was kind of around, she posted that around the anniversary of, when it happened. And anyway, so it was August of 2021. So this boat goes back on the stuck page, because I just asked my husband, when did we get the boat back? We finally got the boat back from the shop. So that goes on that stuck page too. So this is one of the little sunflower whatchamadoodles notepads that I made. I don't want to cover this up. I like the gold right there. I'm debating on putting this over here. It kind of gets lost a little bit. So maybe it should go over here like that. And I may put that in the middle of the page. I also have these sunflowers I drew, and that's what I used. So I don't have to use these, but I kind of felt the need to print them out. That was when I was thinking I was going to do this. But I don't have to use them. I can always use them on another day. But I do want, this was a video that I made. I want to use these pictures. And that may be just it. This is my writing spot. I don't think that's enough of a writing spot, so I need a little bit more room. So let's see if we can find a pocket. I think, well, I may have to change my thinking here. Here is it's just a piece of paper that would make a pocket. This page is too narrow. I could look at the pockets that I already have and what's sticking to the thing. I could use this pocket. This is a tag, not a pocket. I could use this pocket. This is a short enough pocket to go on this day. And it would match. And I could use that tag. That looks cute. And I could put either this, probably would just put this up here, and then maybe put this picture here. Or my wristlet. Okay, so this one goes bye-bye. I think we made a decision. Yeah, that was, I mean, it wasn't a real exciting day. I do have more to say than what I want to say on this one thing right here. But so far, I could move this over this way and put that here. That would cut out those couple little lines right there, but that's not a big deal. That would work. I could put this right here. It blends in. Or I could put it up here. Or I could put it right here. That works. Okay, see, this is not that complicated, right? I'm just making it harder than it needed to be. I don't want to put, I think I'm not going to use these. And that's okay. I can use them on another day. So let's glue this pocket in with my new glue jewelry from Brooke that she so sweetly sent me in Happy Mail. Yeah, this matches, right? Yeah. And looky there, looky there. Glue works for it like a dream. I will say, too, it also has a longer pin, which I think is good, because my other pin was kind of short. Boy, it's flowing out fast, too, today. So I don't have a lot of wiggle room on this. Because I got a good bit of glue on it. Okay. So I'm going to pinch these two together. I'm going to flatten the bottom, but I'm going to pinch the top two together to give me a little bit of a buckle right there, so that I can fit this and maybe one other, if I need another notepad behind it, I could fit that there. I think I'm just going to put this, let me wait till that dries completely. So, and then I'm just going to put this down up here. Ooh, let me repin my glue. This is much harder to lose. I do have to say that. And it is, there we go. Perfect, and it's so cute. Thank you again, Brooke. I have not thanked you in person, and I will message you. But it's been a little bit of a just different week for me. I don't know how else to say that. It's been a little, I think I'm gonna glue this down first, just in case I have to overlap the number or something like that. Had a couple days I was up in my fields, which we're allowed that, right? It's allowed. And sometimes even encouraged. All right. One of these days, one of the days this week, here's a picture of my mother and my daughter. And I found myself missing both of them. My mom, this was the day that my mom passed away. It's been 11 years, but you still never too old and never too whatever to you know, miss your parents. Never too old, never too long, never too something. Didn't mean to glue the Thursday down before the 11th, but it will work. Meant to glue the number down first. And then the day after that was the anniversary of 2 hurricanes that we personally got hit with. One was the 21st anniversary of Ivan, which was a very substantial, it did some very substantial damage here. Changed the whole landscape. And they came in on the same day. One was Sally, one was Ivan. And this was Sally. I think this is Ivan. Anyway, they both came in right. They didn't hit us. We didn't go through the eye, but we went through the right side of quadrant, which is the eye wall on the right side, which is the worst side to be on. They both came into like Mobile Bay or right at the state line. And I don't live far from the state line, so especially, let's see, where were we? We were living here in Ivan. We were living here in Sally, too. So both of these, well, I just didn't do a good job gluing, did I? Well, I think I didn't push that one down deliberately. So there, I won't blame the glue on that one. I'll blame user error. But, okay, so this should be dry enough. I can put my pocket in there or put whatever picture I'm going to use in there. And then, again, not enough room to use the sunflowers. I could use them on here, but that really doesn't, I mean, it looks like they're sticking up out. It's kind of cute, but not really what I'm aiming for. That takes up too much of my writing space. I could put this down here because it happened last. But, oh, I didn't glue this over far enough to put that there. Oh, well. I could do this. Meh. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, I was going to glue this over further. I think it's too late to pull it up. Yep. Well, I just kind of shot myself in the foot all the way around, didn't I? I can still put this over here. No, I can just I'll put this here. Because that looks like it matches pretty well. And I could probably put both pictures on here. I commented back to her and said, yes, I remember the last thing I did too. You know, I remember vaguely, I mean, not vaguely, vividly, the last normal thing that I did before I was paralyzed. And that night before we had a fishing banquet, it was our end of the year fishing banquet. And I was sick and wearing oxygen and it was rough, but then the next morning I woke up and I was paralyzed. So what I might do is put this on another sheet. Maybe I will use one of these because I think that will match and it won't hide my other pocket. Yeah, I think that'll work. And I'll put this picture right here and I'll just write about kind of, you know, so that kind of had me in my feels because that was my, you know, it was just, and then the day that, you know, the anniversary of my mom's death, and then I'm missing my daughter. I know that y'all have not heard me talk about her much because she's not here, and I don't see her or talk to her very much. And so there's not a lot to talk about. Okay, so is that everything? I've got a Spanish class. Oh, I had an appointment. Let me recap my glue so it doesn't dry out while I'm cutting. I thought I already had this cut out, but I didn't, apparently. Or I did and misplaced it. That is entirely possible. But, you know, and then when I've been away from my journal for a little while, I feel like it's hard to start back. I mean, when I say a little while, I just mean a few days. Or maybe a little longer than that. Today is not the day after my procedure. It is the day after that. Today is Thursday. Okay, so I'm a week behind. So today's Thursday the 18th. And so I think I'm going to just put this down here. And I'm going to put this one, even though, yeah, I think I'm just going to put it in the middle. Why not? Why not? There we go. We had a good Spanish class. And then if I need to add more writing space, I can. Okay. So let's see what we can do about this day. I took my mother-in-law to her, what she calls daycare. I took her to the day program at the assisted living. And hey, y'all, I just got the pause button to actually work. I heard my husband come in. I was not expecting him this time of the morning. Let's see. So he will probably be coming back in. So I ordered my Amazon, those ribbons that I just showed you. I did a video. It was Friday the 12th. The video right here. I made some yogurt. Oh, I have a picture of, this is what I was going to put for her activities that day, because they did chair aerobics. And she enjoyed it. She went the previous Friday. I think she enjoyed it more the first day than she did this last time. But, you know, I just think that they didn't do quite as many activities, and she didn't like the lunch and that sort of thing. But I don't think it's a total loss. I don't think it was enough to keep her from going back. So hopefully she'll go back this week. And because it's good for her to get out and socialize and get out of the house and all that good stuff. I know that we go see her, but, you know, I know, and that's what I tell her, I know what it's like being stuck in the house. I know what it's like not to be able to get out my back door by myself. I know what it's like to, you know, to not be able to drive yourself somewhere. You know, I did that for several years, and it's not fun. So I've told her, I said, I of all people understand it. I know that, you know, sometimes she doesn't think that I can understand because I'm not her age, but I said, age has nothing to do with it. You know, so, made yogurt, and button. Yeah. Ordered fall ribbon and buttons. Okay. And I was very sleepy. I started this new medication on this stuck page. Let me have the pill bottle, because I think I had it going on this day anyway. I started a new medication, and it's not supposed to make me sleepy, because I already was on a medication like that at night that does make me sleepy. It's a muscle relaxer. And so he gave me one that's supposedly not going to make me sleepy, but I was very tired. So this was me when I dropped her off. And I'm eating into all of my writing space here. So I need to utilize the other page some. Remind me not to put well, I say that. The flips seem to hinder me because I don't like having them there when I don't want them there. And I know that I could cut that off, but then that makes for a short page. I could have just made the page as long, like this long. But I like as much as I like having flips, because they're fun, and that does fit on there. And this fits here, and that's fine. And this can go down here, and I like being able to see all of my page at one glance, if that makes sense. Although I do like to have some hidden journaling, and so, you know, maybe not obvious at first glance, but now this one I could make, and, you know, make a tuck, and I could put this stuff over here. You know, I think I do want this here, and then I can write a little bit here. And then I can make this, I can glue it on the bottom and then this side and make a little tuck for a little, some kind of small pocket thingy. Well, does that one fit? I can put this one over here. Actually, I probably should put this next to the couch. That might be hard to do. I don't need it to be a pocket. I have writing space right here. So I can just put this right here and this right here. I think that makes more sense. So, now I do have the option of leaving that open and doing a pocket, and I haven't done that yet. So I do have that option. I don't have a lot of, well, no, that's not true. Wait a minute. I do have notepads. There's not really much orange. Well, there's a little bit of orange on this page. I could do this little memo right here, or I could just write right here. This is a little bit taller. I think I'm going to separate these because I don't know how else to get them, like get one of these apart. I'm not sure if I'm going to like the orange gingham with this green plaid though. But, or I could just flip it open, and I have writing space right here, and I can use this space for, you know, there's nothing wrong with the way I have the page. Let's just start gluing stuff on and quit getting stuck. Oh, I also had a Walmart delivery this day. Oh, so I had a belly band that I was going to use, but I have a flip, so I don't need a belly band. I can use it on a different day if I want. But I like this up here. Well, let's scoot it in a little bit so it doesn't glue the other page to itself. So this is this. Sometimes just getting the day and dates glued down. I don't like to do it ahead of time because it's never going to be where I want it if I do it ahead of time. And I'm not good at peeling things back up. I am going to put that right under there. And so that kind of just goes. And then I like this here, so I ordered my ribbon. And this was me. I was tired. So maybe after a while that medication won't make me tired. I don't know. Anyway, I could put my yogurt up here too, or I could use one of these little guys. The little green one. Maybe. Let's cut him out and see what we think. The sunflower. I do have these in green and I have them in gold. I still need to list them. Maybe I will try to list them by the time that I know I said that last time and I didn't. It was really hurting me a lot to sit at a computer, so I just really didn't have the time or the patience to sit there and try to do all of the... Okay, I think I kind of like that. It doesn't, the green doesn't match this green that well. It matches this green better. And I'm okay with that. That gives me something on that little flip. But it doesn't hide the whole paper. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you're not going with there. Let's see, let me glue this down. I was a little aggravated at Amazon because, you know, you order things on Amazon because they're going to give you 2-day delivery or 1-day delivery or whatever. And then when something doesn't come in, you know, it's expected today. And then you get a notice at the last minute that says, oops, sorry, it's been postponed till tomorrow. And I was going to try to do... I had part of my ribbon, but not my buttons. And so I couldn't do anything with the ribbon, right? I mean, I could have made tags, but... And that I could do. Oh, that's just paper. I'm going to have this here. Even though I did that in the morning. She looks better grounded down here. Doesn't matter what time of the day you did it, right? So I took her to that, and she really is getting a lot out of the chair aerobics, which I'm glad, because she had home care PT and they didn't stay very long. They only did like 2 or 3 visits, and then they cut her loose. And she was supposed to have occupational therapy. They only did 1 of those. And I'm like, I don't understand. This is somebody who can't get around and do stuff in her house, and she's not being given the option of having home health care. And so I'm just not understanding that. Okay, I think I'm going to go back with the pretense that I'm going to glue this right here. And I know that I still have the option without covering this up to glue this and make a tag, but I have the option of leaving it open. So if I put this down here, not glue it all the way down, but glue it in a way that it's a tuck. So this line and this bottom. Okay, so this little line right here. And then across the bottom. And then that way I have the option to use it as a tuck if I so choose. Should have glued a little bit up here. Okay. I got glue everywhere. Let's see what that looks like when it dries. And it could hold like one of these or a shorter one. I have this little memo one. It has green on it. It hides the cute little scallops, but it's cute right there. Yeah, let's put that one right there. And then I can write on the back of this, and I have plenty. Oh, I'm going to glue this down. I am going to glue this down to the page right here. I'm not going to impede the pocket. Let me repin my glue. I enjoy doing that now. I had no idea how much fun that would be. If you don't have one of those and you see them in her Etsy shop, grab them. Because they are just too cute. Okay. So I'm going to glue this down here, and it blends in that orange. The use of the orange right here, even though that's supposed to be brown, but it's orange. Kind of an amber color. And anyway, I got to keep an eye on time. I've got 2 appointments today and Spanish class. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Die cuts. Die cuts. I don't even think I put a die cut on here. I realized that after I posted that video. Okay, let's go back and look through some die cuts. And then that might be it for this session. That is not a die. It's a punch. It's not a die cut. I tried. Let's see what our options are. We have these butterflies. I know I'm not going to want anything that big. I've already glued down pictures, so I don't need frames. Although I could have done that one small enough to frame it. But I didn't. Oh, I could use one of these to write it down. Nope. How many pages have I done? I did two pages. Okay. Nope. I have the butterflies. I have borders. So, for example, this would look good on this border. Actually, I have, that looks like a crown. I have this border. Let me cut this here. So I don't want that big piece on here. I could put this border right here, because this matches. Sort of, kind of. So that would work. I also could put it on the side facing out. That would work because it's shorter than the other pages. Kind of like it here. And I didn't washi this page. Not that I had to. I just typically do. It's kind of curled. It's like it's bent. Isn't that weird? Yeah, I think I like that. So let me get my glue back out. The die cut comes from Allison's Item of the Month Challenge. If you're not following along, it's for September of 25. It's die cuts. And she challenges herself and you, or whoever wants to join in, to use a die cut every day on your journal for the month. August was washi. Okay, this repinning, you gotta actually hit the hole. Oh my goodness, wow, okay. My glue's gonna be dried by then. Okay, I'm gonna start up here. And I'm gonna see if I can uncurl this page, scoot it up a little bit. So it's at the top of the page. And then I will cut it right there. Okay, so that's my die cut for that day. Now let's see what we want to use for this day. Well, I could have used a number of things had I thought about it ahead of time. I could use half of this right here. You know what? I'm going to use, I think, I'm going to use some of these little puzzle pieces. And I may use more than one. Let me see. I have them in a couple colors. I don't really want the blue. I was thinking I do have some gold. Okay. So I'm going to use these two pieces right here. And they mean something to me. You know, just I'm putting some pieces to things together in my mind. And so to me they mean, and that's one of the reasons why I cut them out. And learning some things about myself and all the things. And so, yeah, that means something to me. I could just put one piece, but what I'd really like is not two corner pieces, because the corner pieces are harder to use. Or I could just use a label. Well, that would have fit well there. And still would. I still want to use the puzzle piece. I'm looking for a middle piece. Let's dig all this back out. See, I still have that border I can use. I also have, like, you know, I could have used one of these. I still have a tag. Trying not to use all my tags and labels at the same time. I could use my top 5 things right here. But I think I'm set on my puzzle pieces. If I can find, well, there's the green. What I want is one like this. No, they all have. Could I flip that one over? I could, and then put that one right there. Okay. I will do that. Oh, look, and now I've got die cuts everywhere. Come on, go back in the basket. Every time I dig them all out, all those borders and everything get all discombobulated. Oh my goodness, I dug everything out. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Let me put this one up because I'm not going to use it. So yeah, I like the puzzle pieces. Okay, so let's glue those down with, because they are cardstock. And even though this is the front, I'm gluing the front down. You can't tell it's the front. Not really. I mean, I can, but I don't think you can. And then this will be right here. So this is me putting puzzle pieces together. And I just like that. I like that die anyway. I just think it's kind of cool. It's very random, or random looking. It's not random to me, because I know what it means. But it's seemingly random. And it matches the page perfectly. If I can get it to stay down. There. Give it a second to dry. And then repin my glue. And I don't think I added one for the day before that. But we're going to keep... Well, the day before that is the one I skipped. I don't think I put one on here. I had a punch, but not a die cut. So let me see. This is who ended up doing my procedure. I popped that glue again. I even used Fabri-Tac on that, y'all. And it still popped the glue. I'm going to see if I can use something very easy. Like a label. Or... That's a punch. That's not a die cut. Really wish that button was technically a die cut. I could use this as a frame around. Yeah, that works. This is the offcut of one of my little deckled edge. That looks really cute. Okay, that works perfectly. That was easy, easy, easy. Around the chicken picture. Yes. So, and it doesn't cover up anything too much. It might impede a little bit on my writing space here, but I'm going to put it up and over as much as I can and still hit the picture. There we go. Yeah, and I could have moved that down a little bit, but I think I had already glued it. Yeah, I already glued it down. So, but I have plenty of writing space. Okay, so now I have my die cut on that day. Apparently need to tack my glue. I'm not gluing well these days. Repin my glue. And I think we're going to call this a wrap. Tell me if you want me to show you, because I'm going to make some more fall and Halloween paper clips and tags and things like that. Tell me if you want to see that. Okay, here's my die cut for this day. Here's my die cuts for this day. And then that day I haven't finished, and here's my die cut for this day. So there we go. And then I can have all this room to write. And yeah, I think this is all my neck is going to allow me to do. And we're about out of time. I mean, we've done a couple pages and I'm starting to feel it in my neck. So I'm going to stop and we will pick up from there. Let me know what you want to see next. And I will, I mean, I'm going to be playing with stuff anyway. My thought is I might as well video it. Oh, here's I love the way this turned out. And I redid it and added that little fall glittery page to it. Or the little... Anyway, I love the way it looks. My little paper topper. My little tassel paper clip. And that's how it looks in my book. I absolutely love it. Okay. I will, I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you listening to me ramble all the time, and I appreciate all your lovely comments. I've got a lot to go back to answer, and I'm going to do that, probably while I'm sitting there waiting for one of my appointments or whatever, but today. So anyway, I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Y'all have a great day. Thank you. Bye.